Hi Aquarius, let's see what the cards have for you for the month of September. All the decks have been shuffled, so okay, we're starting with the Five of Swords in the heart of your spread, crossed by the Hierophant. The World at the bottom, wow. The Devil in your recent past, the Justice, holy cow. You have one very low or minor arcana in the heart of your spread, surrounded by major arcana. This is a big month already. Four of Swords in your near future. This is an energy that's very prominent throughout September. In every one of my reads, this card or this energy has shown up. Wow, you have the Death card, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and in your outcome, the King of Wands. It's another one. He's popped up a few times as well, sort of unexpectedly. Out of the blue, I'll suddenly get all of this high-level energy. Really interesting. Bottom of the deck, you've got the Queen of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. I feel like you're getting a really good handle on your inner landscape. Those two queens in there. And that Two of Pentacles is kind of balancing the two, or it's giving me a hint that you're learning to balance the two. You're balancing between your material world and that mental realm. I'm getting a real sense of self with this Queen of Pentacles as well. She's very grounded and very creative. And I got the sense of her being very wise in the ways of how she meets the world. Because we all meet the world differently. We're all governed by our own set of patterns and programs and our higher spiritual connections. And this Queen is telling me that for you right now, you're really in touch with how you interact with the world, how you meet the external world. It's a really beautiful energy. This grounding, this creativity, this sense of self is going to be really important for you as you move through September. And finding creative projects, finding ways to ground yourself, sort of a slow, gentle energy. It's another big pointer that I've been getting to September. That will help you as well. Now, in addition to the Queen of Pentacles overseeing this read, we've also got two oracle cards. From the Enchanted Forest Oracle, you got the Hare. Trust in your instincts and follow them. That's a very simple and very important message with that gorgeous little hare. Okay, trust in your instincts and follow them. This is very much hinting at the message that I was feeling connected with that Queen of Pentacles. You've got a really good grasp of what works for you. Like I said, I'm getting that feeling of you really understanding who you are and how you connect with your outer landscape, your outer world. So trust your instincts right now because they're going to guide you straight. You can trust yourself here. Really cool. That's another message I've been getting a bit as well, trusting in ourselves. From the Spirit Animals Oracle, this card actually flipped out while I was shuffling, so it's definitely meant for you. You got the gorgeous Moose with wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Wow. That's kind of combining these two cards, the Hare and the Queen of Pentacles, keeping your feet grounded on the earth, but letting your mind reach to the stars and trusting that inner guidance. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. That's pointing to those instincts, to that intuition. Very much about trusting yourself, listening to that inner wisdom, that higher wisdom, and keeping yourself grounded. I feel like it's going to be really important for you to stay grounded and trust in what you know is right for you going forward. Just mainly because of this Devil card and that Five of Swords. So let's have a look at this main spread. The Devil in your recent past, I feel like this is pointing to you falling back into old habits or getting trapped in an old cycle that you recognize. As I said, you know yourself. You know how you interact with the world. Whatever this old cycle is, you're not oblivious to it. You know you've been caught up in something that you possibly thought you'd left behind already. Maybe you're falling back into old patterns of arguing with your partner or your family, or maybe you're falling back into a lack of belief in yourself, or you're becoming disheartened by the state of the world or the state of your relationships. Whatever this is, you're aware of this. You're aware you've fallen back into old habits and you're wanting to break free. That's why this Devil card has appeared here. And it's in your recent past. This is something that's either just happened or is still ongoing and you're wanting to break free of it. It's come up here to let you know there's an opportunity to set yourself free from these chains once and for all. It must be connected to this Five of Swords in the heart of your spread. This card is very much for me a card of a no-win situation. You cannot keep fighting at the same level you've been fighting at, trying to win this battle, because no one wins in this situation. It's not a pleasant energy, but when it comes up, it's always an indication that this is the time to choose a different path and to, again, break free from those chains, break free from the old patterns that keep you cycling back into this no-win situation. This is the time to do it. You've got this, you know this, you have this ancient wisdom. You can trust your instincts and keep yourself grounded as you move through this. And there are big changes coming in for you. This is very exciting. I mean, you've got the World and the Death card below the surface here. This is very exciting. But before we get to them, your challenge is the Hierophant. This is your challenge. This is asking you to step up and recognize yourself as this high spiritual being. You are so much bigger than this small situation, this Five of Swords energy. You are so much bigger than the chains that this devil is keeping you trapped by. You have the ear of God. You just need to trust this. You need to own this energy. This Hierophant energy is asking you to step up and take charge of this and release yourself. You have universal support here. You have the ancient wisdom. The ancestors speak through you. You have support from those spiritual realms, your past loved ones, your ancestors, the angels, the spirits, God, your higher self. These are the beings that are here supporting you as this Hierophant, but you need to take charge here. This is your challenge, as I said, to step up into this Hierophant, to ask those ancestors, those spiritual beings, for their advice and be receptive to receiving the wisdom that they offer. That's coming in with that Four of Swords. Again, before we get there, you have the Justice in the crown of your reed. This is awesome. This is very reflective of the Hierophant's card. They appear to be wearing very similar garb, and so they do have a similar energy. This is the goal of your month. You are wanting to find this balance. You're wanting justice to be served. You're wanting to earn your place on this throne. You know who you are. You know the best outcome from this situation. This is your goal, to get justice for yourself, to break free from these old patterns and step up into this Hierophant energy and find that inner balance, that outer balance, and live the life that you want. This is amazing in this position because this feels like it's giving you a sense of righteousness to move forward and break yourself out of this old habit, this old pattern that you've fallen into again. This trap is not going to keep you long if you hold. I mean, you've got such powerful energy supporting you. As I said, this Five of Swords is a very low card. You're much bigger than this. You've got such powerful major arcana surrounding it, supporting you with this. You're much bigger than this. And I feel like with this Justice energy as your goal, as the thing that you're trying to bring in, you're going to succeed at this. You're going to break yourself free from these chains. The World at the bottom of the spread is a massive cycle shift. This is just about to come to the surface. Normally when something's below the surface, it needs a bit of time before it can emerge fully. This feels like it's just about ready to come in, because that's the cycle you're breaking. This is the ending of a major cycle and the starting of something brand new. This World card is the final card of the tarot. This is the end of this story from this devil once and for all. You are ready to bring this to the surface and to create a new world for yourself, to step into a new life. You just need to trust yourself. You've got this, and you've got the support of your own inner landscape, your instincts, and the ancient wisdom from your ancestors. It's so great. So yes, your near future is the Four of Swords. This is the card that I was saying is pointing towards you being receptive to receive the wisdom from on high. It's asking you, when you can, to take time out to rest, to be by yourself, to go quiet and still and open yourself to those quiet messages that are trying to be downloaded. That's about spiritual downloads, those swords. It's receiving messages. If you have a look at the stained glass window, it's receiving messages from someone higher who has the information that you need. It's being quiet so you can receive the messages from your ancestors, your angels, your higher self. You have this ancient wisdom available to you. You just need to be quiet so you can hear it. Quiet and receptive and open. So do give yourself time when it becomes available. This is in your near future, so it's not demanding it happen immediately. The main energy I felt through September, through all of my reads, is that it's going to be quite a gentle, slow build until the energy picks up again towards the end of September, going into October. And you've got the exact same flavor in your read. So it's not a hurried thing. You can't rush into being still and quiet. It's kind of defeating the purpose. So when the time feels right, if you start feeling sleepy or wanting to withdraw into yourself for a little bit of time to go quiet, if you're getting that nudge, that's your higher self asking you to retreat, to go still, to go quiet. If you're not great at meditating, or if you lie down and you just fall asleep, that's okay. Listen to your dreams. Pay attention to the messages that are coming through your dreams, because that's still your higher self, your subconscious talking to yourself, trying to reach you. It's also a really great access point for spirit to reach us, for the higher wisdom to gain access to your mind, to pass on messages that your conscious, noisy surface mind is sometimes too busy to hear. So do pay attention to your dreams if you're not a great meditator or you're not feeling like you're getting into the right state to receive those messages. Something wants to come through to you. You're getting it through all of these messages here. And that Hierophant is saying you have this ability, you have the ear of God, but you also have the ability to receive the messages that are coming in. You just need to get into that state to receive it. The Death card in your advice, embrace change. I almost feel like this is drawing in some of this Knight of Wands energy. This horse is moving forward slowly and steadily. It's that inevitable march of this death horse. This is you moving forward steadily and slowly, bringing in change with every step. Again, this is not a fast process. This is asking you to bring in change, to welcome in change one step at a time. Don't berate yourself if it takes time to break free of these chains. Don't feel disheartened or disillusioned if you find yourself cycling back more than once into this pattern, this sense of a no-win situation with that Five of Swords. Don't be disheartened if you find yourself still having the same old arguments with the people around you. It's a process. Trust that you can get through this. So even though I'm saying that I don't want you to be disheartened if it keeps coming back around, also don't be complacent. If it does keep coming back around, recognize it and use each opportunity to see it and acknowledge that this is an old pattern that you can break if you're ready for it, and keep moving forward, embracing a new way of doing things. Try to approach an old argument in a new way. And if the new way doesn't work, the next time it comes up, try a different way again. And it's the same thing with your thoughts. If you find your thoughts are going negative again, or if they're getting on top of you, if you're getting anxious, having trouble sleeping, all of that, try something new. And if that doesn't work, try something new again and something new again until you make that progress, that slow and steady progress. Trust in this. This is a month where you can break free from these chains. So don't give up if you don't succeed the first time or even the second or third time. Just keep going. The 10 of Cups in your external factors is extremely promising. This is the happy ever after card, and the fact that it's in your external factors is telling me that there is a lot of support around you. It's like the world wants you to be happy. It wants you to succeed. It's trying to bring in this rainbow of golden cups. It wants to shower you with love and connection and make sure that you have all the support that you need while you're going through this massive cycle shift, while you're trying to break free from these devil chains. This is what I was saying. You've got a lot of support around you, within and without, in the material realm and in the spiritual realm. You can do this, Aquarius. This is a really powerful time. I love that you have that card there. So much support. The Knight of Wands in your hopes and fears. This is really great. You've got the energy and drive to make this happen right now. It's fantastic. But just be mindful that you may be wanting everything to happen all at once. This is why I was emphasizing that if you don't succeed on the first try, to not give up. I don't want you to give up. I know you're wanting it to happen immediately. You're wanting to drive forward as quickly as possible on this new journey, on this new path. This Death card, as I said, it's a slow and steady progress. So try not to let this Knight of Wands energy run away with you and leave you feeling disappointed when it doesn't happen quickly enough. Try to go back to this Queen of Pentacles. If you get that sense of frustration, the Queen of Pentacles will ground you. Connect with nature, do something creative, eat some yummy food, bake some yummy food. Do something that just connects you back in with your body, grounds you into the earth, and gets you out of that hurried energy. It's great, as I said, that you have the energy and drive to bring it in, to make it happen. You just don't want it to derail you if you're getting impatient. And I think things are going to start ramping up. As I said, this is what's been coming in with literally all of my reads for September have had a ramping up at the very end. So I think going into October, we're going to see things start to pick up the pace. The energy is going to start to lift. We're going to start feeling more energized, and it feels like things are going to move much more quickly. This King of Wands, he's a very action-orientated king, but he's on the throne. He's not just this Knight of Wands wanting an adventure. He's someone who knows how to make things happen in exactly the right way. He's earned that throne. He's a king of action. He makes things happen. He's an adventurer as well, but he's also level-headed. So he's not going to charge in, and he's not going to be derailed if things don't happen straight away. This is very exciting. It's interesting. I'm not yet getting any sense of you 100% breaking out of these chains just with this King of Wands. I'm getting the sense that's where it's leading, but I will pull clarifiers to see if it will let me see any more about that, if it's going to give me an indication of success here or what's going to come in next. It may be that this cycle may not fully resolve until we move into October, but all of this is a really important preparation, and the energy is going to be there to support you if it does take a bit more time. So again, don't lose heart with this. Just keep going. Right, let me pull clarifiers. I'm going to start by pulling on the Devil and the Five of Swords. They are very linked, and we want to see if we can break free of these chains for you. Wow, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's about the death of the ego. This is like the last hurrah of your noisy thoughts, your old thought patterns, your old perspectives on life. It's time for this to end. It's sort of flaring up because it knows it's in its death throes. This is very cool. I'm so excited about this. The Wheel of Fortune just flipped over as well. This is destiny. This is another message too about trusting in divine timing, to not rush this, to know that this is ready to happen, but it's just got to take the time that it takes. Whatever that King of Wands is pointing towards, I can feel the ending of this insight. That's why that world is just about ready to come to the surface. Absolutely. I love it. You got the Four of Wands. You're about to step through that 1111 gateway, welcoming in a whole new phase of your life. And it's fresh and new and young, this Four of Wands, because it's a four, because it's a minor arcana. It's letting you know that you can kind of start small. You just need to take this first step through this gateway, and it's a celebration. It's going to grow in the right way at the right pace. That's what that Wheel of Fortune is saying too. This is time. It's time to release your old ways of thinking. Claim your destiny, trust in that divine timing, and step through that 1111 gateway into a brand new life. I will say the Star card almost flipped out as well then, which is about your wishes wanting to come true. So it's part of that as well. It didn't come all the way out, but it's like it flicked over just enough for me to see it and let me know that this is about your wishes. This is what you're wanting. You're wanting to create a better life for yourself. You're wanting to create a better version of yourself. That's what I was feeling with that Queen of Pentacles. You know who you are and who you can be and how you interact with the world. And it's time to release all of those silly old patterns that you don't like. You don't like those patterns. Like I said, that Five of Swords, it's a no-win situation. No one wins when we get stuck in those old thought patterns, those old cycles, old arguments, either with other people or with yourself. It's time to release that once and for all. Right, what am I pulling on now? I think I'll pull on the Death card. I want to see if there's any more information I can bring in for you. These two cards, big, powerful endings, making way for something brand new. It's clear what it's about, but because it's in the advice position, I'd just like to get a little bit more information for you about how to utilize this energy. Okay, the Ace of Cups. Nice. That's the universe giving you this pearl. It's a new pearl, a new love, a new beginning. It's passion and joy and love, blessings from the universe. I kind of feel like the death is making way for this to come in, this new love, this new passion to come in. It's like a miracle. That's the flavor I'm getting. It's that miracle of being in the world in a whole new way, coming from a place of love, releasing this pearl from this shell. Wow, you got the King of Wands again. Very cool. You got it twice. Really important when you get the same card twice to pay attention to it. This is the only king in this deck that actually sits in a throne. He's got a lot of that emperor energy. He's stepping up into ownership of who he is, and he's kind of in a position of authority or leadership as that kind of emperor style King of Wands. But he's also an adventurer. The world map behind him and his backpack right beside him. He's ready for a new adventure. This death card, again, it's about you stepping up and owning this step that you need to take, this change that you need to make. Treat it like an adventure. Open your heart up to new possibilities. Embracing the new will actually help release the old as well, which is what that Ace of Cups is kind of bringing in for you. So treat it like an adventure and own your authority in this situation. You know what's right for you. You know how to navigate this best. The Six of Wands. Okay. I mean, that's victory. Victory, celebration, recognition. Because this is a clarifier for this death, I feel like this is harping back to that Knight of Wands again. Recognize and celebrate the small steps that you make, the small victories along the way. Treat it as an adventure. Have fun with it. Keep your heart open. And if you don't have success on your first try, at least acknowledge that you're aware that it wasn't successful, that you're aware enough that you can see what needs to change and how it needs to change. Even that is a success. If you didn't have that awareness, you'd be stuck in this cycle and it would just keep coming back around again and again. So even recognizing when you haven't been successful is still a success. Celebrate those moments. Celebrate every step along the way. Enjoy this adventure. That world map behind there. Expand your horizons, not just like having an external adventure. That could be one of the tools you could use. You could go on a bit of a holiday or a trip, go on a hike or a trek, or go swimming in the ocean, have a bit of an actual adventure that can help release some of the energy within you as well. But expand your horizons within as well. Let yourself believe in possibilities. Let yourself believe that you can be the best version of yourself. Open yourself up to those possibilities and embrace this as a new adventure and celebrate your victories along the way. All of that stuff I've already said. Okay, I think I've done enough for the death. It's big changes going on. Let's pull on this King of Wands now. What's coming in for you at the end of September going into October? Ooh, yeah. Knight of Swords. The energy is definitely picking up the pace. Something is going to come in hard and fast here. The Knight of Swords does carry that caution to just be mindful not to go so fast you miss any hazards in the road. But things are definitely going to start picking up the pace. You might get a message, some information coming in as well. He can be a bit of a messenger, the Knight of Swords. So it could be something coming in that shifts the gears a bit, gets you moving faster, gets things racing forward. Wow. Okay, you've got the Two of Swords and the High Priestess. Love this. Coming with this Knight of Swords. This is really interesting. So you've got the energy, you've got the wisdom, you've got the authority to start becoming a leader in your life, to actually make things happen, to get things moving. You may be receiving some information that wants to push you forward very quickly, but this Two of Swords is saying you might not be able to see clearly what's ahead of you. That's that caution again. This is bringing in that caution with the Knight of Swords. Be mindful of being too quick to make a decision, to jump in before you've got all the information. And with that High Priestess, this is saying you've really got to trust your intuition here. She's a very powerful energy. She's very much the energy that we have with this wisdom card, with this moose. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. That is so the High Priestess. I love that she finally came in. I was hoping she would, because that was the energy I was picking up from that moose. You can trust your intuition. You can trust your instincts. Just give yourself the time and space to hear those inner voices. Part of the Two of Swords energy is that she is trying to hear her intuition. She's closing off her senses. In the Rider-Waite Tarot, she's crossed her arms over her heart, so she's quieting her emotions. Doing that can help the intuitive voices, those quiet inner voices, be heard more clearly. So trust your intuition on this. Don't rush into something before you've checked in with your intuition, before you've given yourself that moment with that Four of Swords to hear if there's something else you need to know from high above. Let your intuition be the final voice before you make any decisions and rush into anything. Oh, wow. The Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I only just turned that over. Oh, wow. The Five of Wands and the Nine of Cups under there as well. Okay. There is some choice that may be coming in for you, needing to be made with this final outcome here. The Lovers, I think there could be a relationship, there could be romance, but ultimately this card is about choosing love, choosing to follow your heart. That's part of this intuition. Your heart is a deeper, quieter voice than the noisy thoughts, than the Five of Swords energy. You can trust your heart because you can trust your intuition, but you need to know the difference between your heart and your noisy emotions, your noisy surface emotions, just like you need to know the difference between your intuition and those noisy thoughts. That's where this Four of Swords comes in. This is where this wisdom, the moose, comes in, and this High Priestess energy. Take time to be quiet and still. That's where you can also listen to the messages coming through in your dreams. But whatever this is, there's some choice that needs to be made coming into the end of September and early October. And the Five of Wands, the Nine of Cups, I feel like this is a chance to be playful. This is I'm sort of getting the sense of not taking things too seriously. Treat it like an adventure with that King of Wands in your advice. Have a bit of play. Let fun come into play here. And this is about your wishes coming true, that Nine of Cups. This is really cool. So having a bit of play, a bit of fun, that seems to be a message for you that will allow you to connect in with your heart, connect in with your intuition, that High Priestess, and be a little bit more receptive to receiving those spiritual downloads. Right. Amazing. Okay, this is awesome, Aquarius. Let me pull 3 final message cards for you. Okay, we had the Two of Wands flip over. Nice. This is very much where you're standing right now, I think, at the beginning of September. You're on the threshold of making a decision about choosing a whole new world for yourself. This world at the bottom there. Everything is laid at your feet. The world is at your fingertips. You can embrace this new world, or you can stick with the old way of doing things and stay kind of locked up in that devil's trap there. Right on the threshold of this. I love too that it's sitting right over the top of that Four of Wands and that Destiny card. It's like, yeah, we really want you to step through that 1111 gateway and embrace your destiny right now. We don't want you facing that old wand and choosing in the old way of doing things. Okay, what have we got here? The Seven of Cups flipped out. Interestingly, with this card for you today, I got the message of not being distracted by shiny things. It's like, I want you to stay focused on what it is you want to do here. You could be easily drawn back into this devil's trap energy, that Five of Swords, no-win situation. There's all these temptations to suck you back into the old way of being in the world. Keep your eye on the goal. Keep focused on what it is you want. You want to break free of this. You want to welcome in this change. So if you are feeling like you're getting drawn back into the old way of doing things, your old patterns, again, ground yourself. Go quiet if you can. Listen to your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Trust your inner wisdom. Trust that wisdom of the ancestors, the ancient wisdom of your soul. Okay. Oh, wow. You got the Emperor. Remember I said this King of Wands in this deck has a very Emperor energy because it's the only king in this deck that sits in a throne. You just got the Emperor. You are becoming the authority. This is very much saying what I just said. Keep your eye on the goal. You have the power here. This Emperor has a very similar garb once again to this Hierophant and this Justice card. All three of them are wearing these red robes. All three of them have a gold crown of some kind on their head. This is the energy you want to hold on to. You don't want to be distracted by the lower temptations that will suck you back into that devil's trap. Hold that powerhouse Emperor energy that you have. This is really cool. You've got this. You are this Emperor. This is amazing. You're probably not going to recognize yourself by the end of this, Aquarius, because you're going to be free from this devil's trap once and for all. You're going to own this. Love it. Bottom of the deck, you had the Knight of Swords again as well. This could come in really quickly. This is a quick shift. But under there, yep, Hanged Man energy. This is saying exactly what I was feeling with these three cards at the end. Things are going to come in fast, but you want to make sure you take the time that you need to take to see this from a higher perspective before you make any decisions. And once again, I'm getting that sense of having a bit of play, having a bit of fun with that Three of Cups, bringing that sense of play back into things so that you can reconnect with your heart. That was under here. It's that same energy of that Five of Wands. Have a bit of play, have a bit of fun, be a bit more social, and take that time out to see things from a higher perspective before you make any choices, before you rush headlong into anything. You want to make sure you have everything, all the pieces of the story, all the pieces of the puzzle before you make any hasty decisions. Right, this is amazing, Aquarius. I can't wait to see what you do with this energy, but you're going to be really powerful by the end of this as this Emperor. Have an amazing September, and I'll see you soon.